And staying with a business-related story, Dangote Petroleum Refinery has commenced nationwide sales of diesel, promising to soon release aviation fuel. The move, confirmed by dealers and officials, is expected to lower diesel prices, responding to recent hikes. The refinery, inaugurated in 2023, faced regulatory hurdles, delaying product releases. A statement from Aliko Dangote expressed gratitude to President Bola Tinubu and regulatory bodies for their support. The refinery's earlier announcements about diesel and aviation fuel production have now materialized, marking a significant milestone in Nigeria's petroleum industry. And now to discuss this, we're joined by Abubakar Umar, our financial analyst. It's nice to have you around on the news.
Thanks for having me around. Thank you so much.
So first, what were the regulatory hurdles faced by Dangote Petroleum Refinery in releasing its products, and how did that impact the timeline for nationwide sales of diesel?
Thank you so much. Good afternoon. The the oil and gas industry has so many hurdles there. Operating a refinery with a Nelson Complexity Index of 10.1 is not actually easy feat to do. There are so many things to come around. Also, when you look at the financial aspects relating to the FX and how our FX has been volatile, and then the refinery having been able to import its own crude feedstock from the US. So it's also those are the all things that take time for the refinery to be able to give us the required output that is going to sustain the economy, and then be able to provide various industry with the required and diesel that they need.
So then how does the commencement of this nationwide diesel sales by Dangote Refinery align with the recent market trends and demands for the commodity in the country?
When you look at the price of diesel now, it's hovering around 1,005 per liter to 1,700 naira per liter. And then I can tell you that with the coming of Dangote Refinery to be able to sustain, because the company said they are going to supply 1 million liters, that's the minimum to each marketers. So the ability of them to be able to supply that will flood the market with a huge supply. And we are expecting something to be around 1,100 to 1,200, which shows that the price of diesel is actually going down. And I cannot overemphasize the importance of low price of diesel. If diesel is low, definitely, the manufacturers, the bakers, they are going to have, to reduce their own operational costs, which in turn is going to reflect in the final cost of product that is going to be consumed by the end users. So I believe that this is going to be a game changer, and it's also going to impact on the economy as a whole, because definitely you are going to have a lot of activities going on, and you are going to have a security of supply, which will make sure that our manufacturing companies are actually going to give us the required output at a reasonable price amid this high inflationary period that we are facing.
You're talking about the fact that it would make a huge impact, but then let's look at the price margin from Dangote Refinery to the retailers, the vendors will be selling to the end users. Now, Dangote will be selling at 1,225 naira thereabouts to the marketers, and the marketers would be selling to the end users at about 1,750 naira. Of course, that's what prevails in the current market. So what difference would that make? Most especially when you look at the profit margin, you look at what Dangote is selling, and you look at what pre-exists in the market.
Exactly. When it started at first, you are not going to have a significant impact until it takes time. The impact you are going to have is, number one, you are going to have a security of supply. That security of supply is going to make sure that there is no more supply. And places like Lagos, whereby you have less cost of transportation, you will realize that at the end of the time, the price will begin to come down. And this can also be supported because the feedstock that Dangote is using, we are informed that they have, import that crude since our exchange rate is moving around 1,500 or so. And then exchange rate is going to play an important factor in how Dangote Refinery has priced their own diesel. And then with the way we are looking at our exchange rate that is, trying to come down, we are appreciating against the dollar. You can agree with me that in the meantime, that Dangote is also going to revise the price of his diesel to the retailers as the factors of the cost of production prevail. And also to talk about the last aspect that makes up the cost of the diesel is the crude feedstock, which is also, we have seen the last 2 days, it has risen by about $5 or so in the global market. So this is also an important factor that, dictate the price of diesel. So I believe that over time, and the market, as the said market forces, they're actually going to come, and try to stabilize as we are seeing what is happening in the foreign exchange market.
Okay, so what about what is to be distributed to the marketers, a million barrel per marketer? Some people have said that that is way too low compared to the capacity of what the marketers can handle and distribute all over the country, and calls have been made to that effect. Do you think that capacity should be improved, or should we just take it in steps?
The issue of capacity is almost all the time when you started something, there is a cap that you need to start in order to avoid a full-fledged breakdown. But then when you give the capacity that they are trying to give marketers, I believe it might not be sufficient. But then the activity as it starts will dictate how they will improve on that capacity. I believe that by the time they have released the first batch of the product to the consumers, they are going to improve on that capacity over time. So it's not going to be enough years for now, but then we are going to take it as a gradual step, which will actually assist and the marketers and the end users to get their product as they desire.
All right, Abubakar, Umar, thank you so much for talking to us.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.